Okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, do we get? What's this? We don't need to be. We don't need to be that close to me today. Not today. All right. I think that's it. Please don't disturb me, cat, 'cause I wanna film without any interruptions. Alright, hi guys, James here, welcome back to my channel, hope everyone's having a great day. In today's video guys, I'm going to be sitting down and having a lazy day. As you can see, I'm all rugged up with my little beanie and my actually new little bathrobe. This is just a fleece one, it keeps me warm. This is actually in the women's section of Kmart, but I bought it because it's my size, plus it's more colourful and fluffy. I feel like the guys ones are not as fluffy and warm, so I'm wearing a unisexed little bathrobe today. $15, not bad, not bad. Alright, so today's video, I'm going to be sitting down and talking about some new makeup releases that have just been launched or are launching in the last couple of weeks. And I've also got some new, just a couple of new products that I want to kind of show you. Just because I am talking about new makeup releases, I did buy some new drugstore stuff, so I thought I'll just throw them in this video. And that way you can keep an eye out for them in my next video when I do a full face of brand new makeup. So that is today's video. I'm going to scooch over a little bit and put all the like new products and the photos and videos of all the new products I'm talking about on the screen here. So let me do that. There we go. I also have my tea here because it is a cold day and I am coughing a little bit, so I've got my hot tea. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, so let's talk about all the new products. I have them saved on my phone. Now all these makeup releases and all the photos I'm showing you are from Trendmood or some other pages. I will show you what they are when I put them up. I'll show you what page they're from. But let's talk about the new makeup products that I have. There's only 4 items. So we've got the first one, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Slash Poreless 12-Hour Wear Foundation. Now I bought this because it was $12. It was on sale, half price. I got the shade 1112 Natural Ivory. I think it's the right shade. I haven't used this in probably 6 years. I know I first started makeup with this foundation, and I'm just going back to it because I remember I love it. I've never tried the Maybelline Fit Me Matte or Poreless setting powder or powder. Now this I thought was the loose one, but it's not. This is the pressed one. It doesn't actually say pressed on the top, but this is the pressed one. And this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. So I got the lightest shade. Again, it was half price. I think all the Maybelline products were half price at Chemist Warehouse. Also, this little product does have like a mirror underneath. And then this little like sponge thing that you're meant to apply it with. I'm never going to use this. But it's cool that it comes in with that and the mirror. So that's another item we'll play with in the next couple of weeks. We also have the Kind Collective. Now, I don't know if this is new, but it's new to me. I didn't see that they had this. This is the Cloud Skin Blush Powder, but it's the bronzer. So this is in the shade Golden Hour, and this is the bronzer. I don't know how they can call it a blush. It might be just part of the blush collection, but it does say blush powder. But to me, this is a bronzer, so we're going to use it as a bronzer. It does have like a gradient to it, so this is more of a highlighter and more of a shimmery bronzer here. So we'll use it as a bronzer in an upcoming video. I do have the pink and the peach blushes, but this, I can't see anyone using this as a blush. To me, that's just a bronzer, but we'll try that anyway. And then lastly, we did pick this up as well from Chemist Warehouse when I picked up the Maybelline products. This is the Bronze Brilliance Bronze and Glow little highlighter slash bronzer quad, and this was $7, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. There were 2 different shades. I hope I got the right shade. I wanted the lighter one with the pink highlighter in it. Sorry, it's all taped up. All the drugstore things are taped up really well. I'm just trying to break all this seals. There we go. Yeah, I think this is the right one. $7, not bad. This is the 4 shades. So we've got like a bronzer shade here, and then I think all of these are highlighters. Or at least that's what I'm going to use them for. For $7, I think for $7 this is really affordable. So I'm excited to try this out. I do like W7 products. I use their brow products all the time. Their foundation concealer I use all the time. And I have used their face products before. So I'm excited to try that. So that is the 4 new items in my collection. Let's talk about some new makeup launches. So let me just bring up the little saved makeup pages and saved products that I have put aside. So the first thing we are going to talk about is Jeffree Star eyebrow products. Now, Jeffree Star, love him or hate him, I don't mind him. I haven't got anything from Jeffree Star in my collection right now, but he is launching some brow products. Now, I did say these on my phone, but I also went to Jeffree Star's actual website to see the products. So he has Brow Designer Eyebrow Pencil. They are $22. There are 8 shades of those. $22 US, I should say. We also have Brow Shapeshifter Extreme Pigment Paints. There are 4 shades in that, $22 as well. And then we have Best of Both, so you can get them as a duo, the Brow Pigment Paint and then the Brow Pencil, and they retail for $37.40. So you're saving about $8 there, which is not bad. And then if you buy all the brow pencils, which the only reason you'd buy that is if you're a working makeup artist, you don't need 8 different shades of brow pencils if they're just going to be for your brows, unless you're doing like creative makeup where you change the color of your brows quite often. Then that's the only time I think you would buy this. But for 8 of the pencils as a bundle, they retail for $149.60. And normally they would cost you $176. So that is a pretty good saving. Now, I'm not going to pick any of these up, so I'm just trying to get back into the page on my Instagram. I'm not picking any of these up because I don't really like doing my brows as it is. And I found the one thing that works for me, and I'm just going to stick to it. The item that works for me is the actual W7 Brow Gel. This is the Browsome Gel. And it costs $5 and it lasts. So we're just going to use that. I'm not going to pick any of these Jeffree Star brow products up, but good for him. You know, he's always bringing new products out. He does say this is like a one-of-a-kind like applicator. I don't think it is. It doesn't look that interesting to me. There are 8 different shades. Some of them are quite colourful, but again, I'm going to pass. The next item we have is from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Now, this is pretty cool. They have a poo-themed eyeshadow palette. Now, they did release this as an April Fool's joke, and a lot of people were like, we really want this as an eyeshadow palette. So they actually brought it out as an eyeshadow palette, and it looks so pretty. Now, they had the pre-orders, but I think all the pre-orders have completely sold out. So there might be another pre-order later on, but for now, they have sold out, and they will be shipping, I think, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, this retails for $95 Australian, and it has 15 shades in it, and 5 of them are shimmers, multi-chromes. The rest are all mattes. Very, very pretty palette. I was actually going to pick this palette up, but I missed the pre-launch, and it sold out so quickly, which is great for an Australian makeup brand, especially an indie brand. I picked up their recent palette. Sorry, my cat is just... I'm just going to leave him there because it's going to keep jumping up anyway. The colour stories are so pretty on this palette. I love green and like yellowy mustardy shades. And then it's got some nice warm brown shades as well to like do a neutral look as well. But the shimmers are where it's at in this palette, and I'm really, really excited to hopefully pick this palette up in the future. If they do another pre-launch, I will definitely pick that up. The next product we have is from Laura Mercier. Now, I have not bought anything from Laura Mercier in probably 5 to 6 years, just because they're very, very expensive. And the only thing I ever bought from them was their translucent setting powder, the matte one. They did bring out like a shimmery version of it, and that was terrible. I don't even think they do the shimmery version because I think it was so unpopular. But I do like their translucent setting powder. Again, it was like $65 Australian. Very expensive. The ones I use now, like this one here, cost me $12.50. I know it's a press one, but it's still $12.50. Then I think the loose one from the Maybelline Fit is $15. So a very big price difference there. Now, they have 5 new shades. Well, 5... Yeah, it says 5 new shades. Now, it does say it's $30 US, which is probably about $60 Australian by the time it actually gets shipped to Australia and distributed to the Australian stores. It's probably about $60. So again, very expensive. We have translucent, which is a fair translucent white shade. We've got soft pink, light pink with cool undertones. We have peach, light peach with neutral undertones. Gold, medium yellow peach with warm undertones. And then rich peach, deep peach with neutral undertones. Now it's available on the 24th, which is today, on their website. So I don't know when it'll actually come to Australia. A lot of brands don't actually bring things out in Australia until like months later. So I don't know when this will be available in Australia. If it is, it will be sold at Mecca Max. I do think they've come to the market a little bit late with the pink setting powder, just because Huda Beauty and every other brand has done it like a year ago. So a bit late, but congratulations all the same. Next we have the Kylie Cosmetics new glossy lip kits. Now, first of all, I don't know why they didn't do this years ago. They should have done this when they did the velvet lip kits when it first was really big. That's when they should have done the glossy version of this, because I think it would have been a sellout, especially if you could buy the velvet lipstick, the pencil, and then the lip gloss with it as a set. That would have made them so much more money. I think this is about 4 or 5 years too late, but it actually looks pretty cool. Now we have, how many shades do we have? We have 6 different shades. We have Candy Pink, Dolores K, Espresso, Comes Naturally, Coconut 2.0, and then Kylie. Now this is coming on the 6th of the 24th, which is again today when I'm filming this. They look really cool. Like, I like the pink shade. I actually like all the shades. I would pick all of these up. It doesn't say how much they are, so they're probably about $32, $34, $35 Australian, which is quite expensive. But you do get, what do you get? I think you get a lip pencil and a lip glaze and a lip liner. So you get a lip liner and a lip like gloss, which is pretty cool. I think with the lip liner, you're going to have to kind of ombre that out so you don't just have like a harsh line and then put the gloss over it. But I think that's pretty cool. And again, I like all the shades. So I would pick this up when it goes on sale, because $35, $40 Australian, quite expensive, but still pretty cool. Now the next item we have is a little bit controversial, at least the person is. I'm going to talk about James Charles. Now, James Charles has just launched a beautiful, beautiful rainbow eyeshadow palette. I can't take that away from him. I think his brand aesthetic is very, very pretty. And this color story looks stunning. I did actually watch his full reveal on his YouTube channel. Don't come for me in the comments. I don't support his brand, but I do like to know what's out there. And I was going to report about this in this video, so I thought I would try and learn everything I can about it so I can tell you guys. Firstly, it's launching tomorrow, the 25th at 10 a.m. PST. It is a 20-pound eyeshadow palette, and each shade is removable, and you can actually move it to his like big Z palette that's magnetic for working makeup artists. Now, from what I can see, there are 5 shimmers, which I thought there would be a couple more, but there are 5 shimmers, all the rest are matte. Very beautiful color story. And it's James Charles. Like, his eyeshadow formula is going to work. I did watch him do a tutorial using this palette, and all the shadows are very pigmented, very pretty. I would get this if I supported James Charles, and if he wasn't such a horrible person. I would support this, and I would buy this palette. I wouldn't buy the initial one, but I'd buy this because I love a rainbow palette, and I just know his formula is going to be good. But I don't support him because he's a terrible person. Now, I did actually go to his website, and I screenshotted how much his basic canvas palette costs, and it costs $87 Australian. So the new palette will be $87 because he did say it was the same price as his like neutral palette or the basic canvas one. $87 is still quite an expensive palette for 20 shades, 5 shimmers. But still, it's a pretty palette, and I can't say anything bad about the palette. It looks really pretty. James is very, very good at marketing his ad campaigns and stuff, and his product shots look very, very pretty, and I would definitely buy this palette if he wasn't such a horrible person. So anyway, that is the Painted Artistry palette covered. Next product we're talking about is from Dior. Now, Dior is very bougie. I only have one product from Dior's makeup range, and that is their $85 highlighter, which is stunning, but probably not worth $85. You're paying for the name rather than the product, but I did bite the bullet 3.5 years ago, and I bought that because I wanted to treat myself and I wouldn't do it again. But their new launch is 5 soft filter blushes, and all the shades look really pretty. Like, I would buy all of these shades if I had the money, or if I wanted to, because I don't think they're going to be worth it money wise. The formula's probably going to be good, but it's not going to be better than any of my other liquid or cream blushes. So I'm going to pass on these. But oh, they have oh god, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 7 shades. No, it says 10. The post says cream to powder texture, blends into the skin, enhances the complexion with a radiant matte colour and a smoothing blur finish. Buildable coverage, it's formula infused with hyaluronic acid, you know what I mean. Hydrates the skin for 24 hours and leaves it comfortable for a second-like skin finish. And at the end it says 10 shades in brackets will confirm. But there are only 7 shade names underneath that description. So the 7 shade names they have are 01 Petal, 02 Peony, 03 Bloom, 04 Daisy, 05 Lily, Mrs. 6, 07 Orchid, and then 10 Fuchsia. So there are 3 shades that aren't included in this post, shade names. Interesting, but all the shades look very, very pretty. I would buy all of them if I had the money and if I wanted to try it out, but I don't really want to try it out. I think it's going to be an alright formula, but it's just something I don't want to pay for because I just don't have the money for. But all the shades look very pretty. Oh, I'm starting to lose my voice already. Alright, the next item we are going to talk about is from Dior. Oh god, they have another item. Okay, so Dior is launching their new highlighter palettes, new packaging, updated formula. So there are 4 different shades. I have seen one of these before. I don't know if they've got all the shades, but there is at least one on the market already. But it does say new packaging, new formula. So they have 001 Universal Glow, 002 Frosted Opal Glow, 003 Pearly Peach Glow, and then 004 Rose Gold Glow. Very, very pretty. It says coming soon August. Now, all of these do look really pretty. Some of these are too dark for me. I would only buy the lightest one they have, which has like a white highlighter, a cool tone brown highlighter, a pink highlighter, and like a bluish highlighter, which I'll put up the photo of that one on the screen, and then I'll put a photo of all the rest. These probably retails for like $120, I'm not going to lie. It's probably going to be $120, $130 Australian. It doesn't say the price. It just says it's going to be in the store and in your local retailers in August sometime. I'm going to pass on that. It's still pretty though. The next item we have to talk about, and I think it's the last item we have. Yeah, the last item we're talking about in this video is from Gourmand Girls. Now, this is launching on the 30th of this month, so in 6 days. This looks really, really pretty. This is the Mocha Movement eyeshadow palette. Mocha. No, Mocha. Sorry, the Mocha Movement eyeshadow palette. Mocha is green. I'm getting confused. It is the Mocha Movement. So, like the coffee with like... the coffee. Sometimes when he yawns, I put my finger in his mouth, and when he closes, it's like, oh, what's that? I know. He annoys me in the middle of the night. I got to get my payback sometime. Anyway, this is the Mocha. Sorry, I keep saying Mocha. The Mocha Movement eyeshadow palette. Now, the color story of this palette is giving me like warm tone browns. That's what the actual unicarton is giving me color story wise. But also we know what coffee vibes and coffee colors give us. Warm tone browns with some dark brown tones in there as well. And it'll probably have like a couple of cream tone mattes and shimmers to mimic like the top layer of a coffee or mocha. I think this is going to be a sellout for this brand. Gourmand Girls knows how to do an eyeshadow palette, and they do it really, really well. When they do a theme, they go all out, and I really, really like Gourmand Girls products. Their eyeshadow palettes, their formula, shimmers, and mattes are outstanding. Now, the price is probably going to be about $45 to about $55 US. That's usually what their price point is for their eyeshadow palettes, which is about $80 Australian. Now, this palette, I probably will have to wait to see it. But I probably will pass on it just because I don't really like too many neutral eyeshadow palettes. I love more rainbow palettes and stuff like that. But I know this is going to be an outstanding eyeshadow palette, and anyone who picks it up is going to be very, very happy. because I've only ever heard good things about Gone One Girls. I've never seen a bad review on their eyeshadow palette formulas, shimmers on YouTube, and I watch most of their first launches. So I'm gonna probably pass on this one, but congratulations to them. I definitely think they'll sell out on this palette because a lot of people love neutral eyeshadow palettes, and this one just looks really, really pretty. So I'm congratulating them on that. Anyway, guys, that is everything I have to talk about new makeup release wise. I love doing these videos. I don't have anyone to talk about new makeup with, so I've just decided I'm going to talk about new makeup with you guys. So I'm going to do this once a week or once a fortnight at least, try and save new makeup releases and talk about them on camera with you. And hopefully we can open a discussion in the comments about all the new makeup releases, if you're going to buy them, if you're not going to buy them, if you've tried anything from the brands that I've talked about in these videos. Leave a comment down below how you found them, because a lot of these brands are new to me, so I'd love to know your opinion. But with that, guys, I'm going to love and leave you because this cat, he wants some attention and he's not going to go anywhere until I give him some. So I'm going to love and leave you, but I will talk to you in the next one. Oh, my love. Bye.